So hello students, hope you are doing great. So in this lecture we'll just see the syntax of different types of inheritances that we have discussed so far in our lectures. So the first is the single inheritance. Okay, so as we have discussed in our previous lecture, okay, that single inheritance is a type of inheritance in which there is only a single level between a child and a parent. Okay, so this is a single level. So considering A is the parent and B is the child. Okay, so B is derived from A. Okay, A derives B. So this is A derives B, or you can say B is derived from A. If the arrow mark is from B to A, then you can say B is derived from A. Okay, so both the representations are okay same. So the syntax for this type of inheritance will be okay. So the general syntax is you'll just create a class A, okay, and it contains okay, certain methods and certain variables, and there is a class B. Okay, so here we have just created a class A and a class B, and similarly the class B also contains certain methods and certain variables. But here you can see there is no linkage between class A and class B. So in order to provide a linkage or a relation between a class A and class B, we have to incorporate a colon sign. Okay, so this class B will be followed by a colon sign that represents a linkage. Okay, so this colon is representing this particular arrow, okay, that shows a relation between class A and class B, and it depicts inheritance, followed by access specifier. Okay, so this will be followed by some access specifier, okay, and the name of the parent class. So the name of the parent class is A. So this access specifiers, okay, there are different types of access specifiers in C++. Okay, so it can be private, okay, it can be public, and it can be protected. Okay, it can be protected. So you can use okay any of these depending upon the requirement of your program. Okay, depending upon the requirement of the program, user can use or a programmer can use any access specifier out of these three. Okay, so it's not like that you have to use only private, or you have to use only public, or you have to use only protected, but from program to program, okay, the access mechanism changes, okay, the accessibility changes. Okay, every program okay requires some different access mechanisms or different requirements. So on the basis of the requirements, you have to choose these type of access specifier religiously. Okay, so there should be no confusion that what should I write okay in the place of these access specifiers. Okay, it is up to the user. So if I don't write any access specifier, okay, if I don't mention any access specifier here, so by default C++ will count it as private. Okay, so if there is for example no access specifier here, so if I just write for example class B and followed by A, so by default C++ takes it as a private access specifier. Okay, so it means that now the inheritance is in private mode. Okay, the you can say the variables or the functions of the class A okay is being inherited to class B in private mode. So this is the meaning. Okay, so the you can say the context will be changed. If it is public, then in public mode the contents of class A will be inherited to class B, and if it is in protected mode, then the contents of class A will be inherited to class B in some protected mode. So these are the you can say access mechanisms. So we will discuss access mechanisms in a separate class. So in this class you have to just remember the syntax. Okay, how you will just write a skeleton or the syntax for our programs depending upon the type of the inheritances okay used. So the second type of inheritance okay that we'll be using is multi-level inheritance. Okay, so the second inheritance is multi-level. Okay, so this is multi-level inheritance. So it means that there are more than one levels. So we have discussed, we have taken an example. For example, this is class A, okay, and this is class B that has been derived from class A, and this is class C that has been derived from class B. Okay, so this B is the intermediate class of class A and class C. So now how we will write, okay, the syntax. So the syntax will be like this. Okay, this is class A, okay, and it contains certain methods and certain attributes. Okay, again class B, so this class B is the derived class. Okay, it is the derived class of this class A. So what we'll write, we'll just write a colon, okay, followed by access specifier, okay, followed by access specifier, and followed by the name of the base class, that is A. So this access specifier is also known as visibility mode. Okay, this is also known as visibility mode. Okay, so visibility means to see, okay, how this class B is seeing class A. Okay, how this class B is seeing the attributes or the functions of class A in itself. So this is visibility, and it also contains, okay, certain methods and attributes of, okay, class B itself. And the third is class C. Okay, so this class C is derived from class B. So again there will be some access specifier, okay, and it will be, okay, the name of the parent class of this class C is B. So in this way multi-level inheritance proceeds. Okay, so there can be n number of levels, so you can just, okay, you can just write, okay, if there are n number of levels, so you can just write the syntax for these type of. So the next type of inheritance that we'll discuss is multiple inheritance. So in multiple inheritance, okay, there are two parent classes. Okay, so this is parent A and this is parent B. Okay, so from these two parent classes, okay, we will derive a child class. Okay, so this C is the child class of these two parent classes. Okay, so the syntax will be, okay, like this. So it will be class, okay, it will be class A, okay, and it contains certain methods and attributes. Okay, class B, okay, it will also contain certain methods and certain attributes, and the resultant class is class C. Okay, so this is the derived class, so it must be followed by a colon, and it must be followed by access specifier. Okay, so this is access specifier, okay, and followed by the name of the class. So you can either take class A first or you can take class B first. It is completely up to the programmer. Okay, so I am just taking class A first. Okay, so this is A, and it must, okay, it must be separated by a comma. So if there are n number of parent classes, so all the parent classes must be separated by a comma, and it must be preceded by an access specifier. Okay, so for, again for B we will just write an access specifier. We will mention an access specifier. So this is an access specifier and this is B. Okay, so it can be public private protected, it can be public private protected, it can be, okay, it depends upon the requirement of the program. Okay, so this is multiple inheritance. Okay, so in both, okay, in both you can say the parent class, we have just, okay, we have just mentioned the access specifiers. Okay, so both the parent classes are preceded by the access specifiers, in which visibility mode this class C wants to see the members of its, okay, parent class. So access specifiers are, to mention access specifier, it is important, okay, to mention the access specifier, and it must be separated by a comma. So there must be a comma. So this you have to remember. Now the fourth type of inheritance, okay, the fourth one is hierarchical inheritance. So this is hierarchical, okay, this is hierarchical inheritance. So in this type of inheritance, as we have discussed, okay, there is a single parent class. So this is a root, and from this parent class we have different child classes. Okay, so if this is for example B, okay, this is for example D, and so on. Okay, so different child classes are being propagated, okay, from this parent class. So the syntax will be like this. Okay, so this will be class A, this is the parent, Okay, so this will be class B, and this class B is a child class of this class A, so it will be followed by a colon, okay, that shows a relation, and access specifier. Okay, so the access specifier you have to mention, and the name of the parent class, that is A. Okay, so for this B we have just completed the inheritance, and for D also we have to write the same thing, so we'll just write class D, and it must be followed by a semicolon and access specifier. Okay, so this is an access specifier, and followed by the name of the parent class, that is A. Okay, so in this way, okay, we will just progress. And the fifth is the special case, that is the hybrid inheritance. So we will discuss hybrid inheritance in the subsequent lectures, because the syntax will be, okay, a bit different. Okay, there will be some modifications in the syntax, so it will be discussed, okay, when we will see an example of this hybrid inheritance, so that there should be no confusion to you. So I hope now this syntax of all types of inheritances, okay, that is the four types of inheritances that we have discussed so far, is clear to you. Thanks.